I think AJ Styles is a good conversation because he was looking to wrap things up. Word on the street was he was looking to call it like quits. And I think that that's what played into that fake retirement, because there had been talk about a retirement anyway. The thing was, I think the dirt sheets were saying he was going to have one last run before retiring, and that he wanted to go to TNA one last time. So when he came out and he was like, I'm done, that was very hard for me to believe, because that's not what I had heard. And plus also, you can't look at those moments without thinking about Mark Henry, right? And I remember doing the watch along for it, and there was plenty of talk about Mark Henry. Plenty of talk about how he should be wearing a salmon-coloured jacket, just like Mark Henry did for his fake retirement, which is just one of the all-time iconic moments from Raw. So I feel like AJ, you are right. He will come back. He will have one last run. I think there's a good chance he'll have one more match with Cena. I mean, their matches were arguably Cena's best later career matches that he ever had. You know, once Cena went kind of more part-time, those matches that he had with AJ Styles, absolutely incredible, phenomenal. So AJ and Cena, I'd love to see that. Title run for AJ, world title run, I'm not sure, to be honest. I think it's very crowded, and I don't know if that's something WWE are going to look to do for him, because you've got to think next year Punk has got to be on that list. We know that Cena and him battling for number 17 is going to be on that list. I wouldn't be shocked if, like, Randy turns heel and somehow gets a title run next year, because he needs to add to his list as well. So trying to shoehorn in one last AJ Styles world title run, I think is going to be challenging, to be honest. But that doesn't mean that he can't have bangers. It doesn't mean he can't have meaningful moments. And actually, I read that he would love to have one last moment in TNA. So his last match might be TNA. His final match. And we've got that relationship where, you know, we could do that for them. Whether WWE would want that, I'm not sure. WWE might go, well, I tell you what, you can have it against the TNA talent, but we've got to do it on a WWE show, because your last match is going to be worth a lot of money to the company. And, you know, we'll make sure TNA benefit. You know, we'll throw them something from it, but we don't want to lose all of that to TNA. So you can have your second last match in TNA, but your last match can still be against the TNA talent if you want, but we need to do that at Survivor Series or whatever it might be. Now, where his head's at after just having this injury, I don't know. I certainly don't think his body is telling him that he can go longer than he thought, right? I think his body is very much communicating, like, you're done, right? This is it. Like, there's not loads left in the tank. So if you was thinking of retiring anyway, you was on the right path. Like, it was the right thing to be thinking. That feels to me like what his body is saying. So unfortunately, I don't expect loads next year for AJ Styles in regards to title runs or loads of matches. I don't even know actually when he'll manage to get back, but obviously he'll be back at some point next year. And then I think that we could start that final run. And actually, WrestleMania 42, would anyone bet against that being his last match? Because if he is coming back for one last run, let's say he comes back in the summer. Again, I know he's got this injury. I don't know how long he's out for. But let's say he comes back in the summer. You could do, you know, fun bits with him for the end of 2025. And then really that final run is leading up to WrestleMania 42, where maybe we say goodbye to AJ Styles. And just before he, you know, in the builds, he does something with TNA. Because I think that relationship with TNA is not going anywhere. I think that relationship is, you know, it's fine. We'll keep sending them people from NXT. They can send us some of their bigger names to kind of pop the the crowd. I don't know that it does a great deal for the ratings. We didn't see the ratings really change much when like Joe Hendry was in or Jordan Grace was in. But it doesn't really matter because it still provides moments and it still pops the NXT fans, and you never know what's going to happen in NXT type vibe, you know? So Hardy's coming over, we could absolutely see. I think they're signed with TNA. They could even be in the Rumble. We did talk about that the other day. So lots of potential to explore with that relationship. And I do think AJ is interested in doing something there as well. So, yeah, we need to get him back first, though, don't we? And then take it from there. Who knows where his head's at now?